What's up, Internet? I'm Chimera Complex, and I am bad at Homecoming City of Heroes. We are back with Professor Lareaux, and he is just chilling, waiting for me to tell him what to do. When we last left off, he was helping out David Wincott, police officer. He's out for some. He's out for blood. Not really. He just wants to get rid of the trolls, the street gang, out here in the Hollows. So our last mission for him was just to beat some up out in the streets. So we got an important clue apparently. So a list of outcast hideouts that the trolls had. So let's see what we're going to do next. Alrighty. So we are going to take out a couple of outcast hideouts. One has some potent artifacts. The other one is being headed up by an outcast that's got some superpowers. We haven't actually run into uh, any members of the outcasts yet that have superpowers, but that is one of the things that they've got going on for them, at least for the more powerful individuals. Oh, there's one with some powers right now, using some earth-based powers. All right. That humming sound you're hearing means that there's an objective nearby. I've got to collect some things while I'm here. I'm confiscating some weapons. It seems like. Come on back, buddy. Where you going? Hey, here's another one right here. And there's the boss that we're going after. I'm actually going to take out his follower first. bit of a challenge. Nothing that Professor Lareaux can't handle. Okay. Now we got to beat them all up. I wasn't aware of that. It's one of those ninja objectives that kind of come out of nowhere. I don't like that at all. Cool, that's all that was left. Alrighty, heading off to the second base. Alright, this one very, very clearly states I need to defeat all of them. So, probably going to run into some fire-based outcasts, it seems like, based on that little blurb that we just read. I don't know why I'm trying to jump up there when I can fly. Alright, because I have to defeat all of the outcasts, I'm going to take these guys out before moving on to the next objective. He's got the same power as I do. This guy's a bit stronger, it looks like. Alrighty. Some ominous clues about the artifacts I recovered. Probably not bearing any significance on the gameplay. It's usually the clues are just for flavor. Sometimes they do tie into the mission, but not always. Alright, we are being introduced to somebody new. Alright, so we're meeting a guy that's been working undercover as a member of the Outcasts, and he's going to give us our next set of missions. Actually, before we get to that, one thing that I haven't done is train up. So I got 2 levels I need to train up, so let's take care of that right now. There is a trainer nearby. There we go. And he looks pretty cool. Foreshadow. Sorry about that. Get a new power. Alrighty. We've got a new contact in Kings Row, uh, another area of Paragon City that we haven't visited yet. Now I've got a new power here, defensive toggle. Um, I'll go ahead and toggle it for now. Uh, I may end up removing that toggle, just turning it off, depending on how much power consumption I go through. That's something that's gonna come up especially in the mid range to high levels. Um, Endurance consumption can get pretty crazy pretty quickly. So you got to look for that balance, and sometimes, at least in the early game, that means toggling off some of your abilities. And what this ability does is give me damage resistance to essentially elemental damage. My goodness. I am bad at navigating. Alright, we're going to beat up some more outcasts. I'm sorry, we're going to arrest some outcasts by beating them up. Six more to go. That was quick. Easy to find him now that I know where he is. Imagine that. Alright, so Troll's got a cave that they're working out of, and the outcasts, being in the middle of a gang war with them, are going to blow up the cave. I don't know why I'm stopping that. I guess the destruction of the cave would cause some unwanted property damage, so I guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, it's already going down. Now you've probably already noticed I can use that ability, that arcane bolt, anytime that I want. I'm specifically using it though when it's empowered. I just uh, I just want that extra kick of damage. Now these guys are using the power set uh, super strength essentially. Um, it's not identical to the player version of the power set, but it does a specific damage type. It's called smashing damage. So I do have resistance to smashing damage, but the orange and yellow names mean that they're slightly higher level than me, and so even though I've got that extra resistance to damage, it still hurts. And I might get taken out in this cave. Alright, so I'm at a dead end. I'm going to take a short rest here and get my health back up. And there's a bomb to disarm. Trying to help you. I'm going to take him out because, for all I know, it might tell me to take out the rest of them after I disarm the final bomb. Thought that was a dead end. Let me head back there. Thing about these cave systems, this tile set, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Um, they reused assets, and that's a common thing even now. Um, Developers are just better at disguising their copy paste. The thing about this game is it came out in 2004. That was just, I don't know, a few months before World of Warcraft. Um, Prior to that, there was one 3D MMO. I can't remember its name right now that I can think of. Um, I use the term 3D very loosely. And it was just one massive dungeon crawler. Was no open spaces. Um, the only other one that I can really think of around that time, and I could be wrong, but I think Ultima Online was also around at that time. And Ultima Online is kind of known as like really the beginning of the MMORPG um, genre. But it was games like City of Heroes and World of Warcraft that really kind of codified a lot of like uh, gameplay features and um, aesthetics. But on the same token, the, the, the developers didn't really know what they were doing back then. Like they were just like computer RPGs in the 90s and early 2000s. They were still working off of like kind of the same mathematical systems that tabletop RPGs use. There weren't any um, like genre specific RNGs, and I probably don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that over the years, calculating things like hits and misses and damage totals and things like that are calculated differently to a degree now than they were back then. But all that is to say, they were kind of winging it, and would have been nice to see this game have the same longevity that World of Warcraft has enjoyed. But you know, for all we know, that could change here in the near future. Freeze the lightning, nice. Come on, bro. All right. And now there's a marker on the map because there's just a couple more nerds to take out, and then we're done here. Who knows? This may be the day that I die. Good positioning. Love it when that happens. And there's one with tusks. There we go. There's probably another clue here. Hmm. Just some more flavor text. Alrighty, so we're gonna head back to Flux and see what he's got next for us next time. Hey, thanks for joining me, and let me know what you think in the comments.